Hi guys, welcome to another segment of J Cutler TV. Today we're at EOS Fitness here in Las Vegas. It's mid-February and we're gonna hit some shoulders today. Do some shoulders, knock it out, go for that pump. Remember, nothing crazy, and just try to get the best out of the workout. Shooting for a rep range from 10 to 12 repetitions, and we're doing probably about 20 sets. So come on and check it out. We're gonna start with some pressing movements in the hammer strength. Reverse. Alright, so what we're trying to do now is we go for 2 warm-up sets. I hate to call, I don't like to call them warm-up sets as much, more for feel sets, and just try to get the blood in there, get the exercise, get the right positioning. But we're using the hammer strength. It's kind of like the rear shoulder press, but with sitting reverse and using the core as more of a stability. Yes, it's harder. If you guys have this machine in your gym, make sure you guys try this movement. Or, I mean, you guys that train at home or whatever, you know, those standing presses without using back support. I think that's ideal. You're gonna put more tension on the shoulders and take less of the legs and the hips out of pushing the weight. So we're gonna do, you know, 2 warm-up sets or 2 feel sets, and then 3 or 4 working sets, and then start with our laterals and all the other stuff. So. So next exercise is going to be standing barbell press, which again I like to do with the core. And yes, it's harder. You know, it takes a while to work up to the main weight, but listen, anyone can shoulder press, whether dumbbell, barbells, machines, whatever it is. But when you want to get to that heavy core stuff, and you guys trying to stimulate calories, trying to take off body fat, build muscle, you know, really just try to get your metabolism up. Remember, the core movements are going to be key for that. So I stick to a lot of free weight movements. I don't have any shoulder pain, even after 20 plus years of training. Even after the bicep tear, you know, I had that shoulder tie back into my shoulder. It's all good now. So this is probably my favorite exercise for shoulders. So if you ask me anywhere about out and about where I'm at trade events or whatever, my favorite shoulder exercise for building mass, I'm going to say the barbell standing press. So make sure you guys try it out, okay? 8, 10, 12 repetitions, whatever it is. You know, I used to work up to 275 with this, but today we'll probably go up to 185. All right, so ideally, remember, no momentum and throw it up. I know a lot of you guys out there want to get the weight up in the air and they want to do it any way they can, but remember, solid base, good foot position, but don't be tossing the weight. Don't cheat. Alright guys, third exercise is going to be the seated side lateral. And I like to do these seated a little better because, you know, it's a lot less body momentum, which I tend to have a lot when I train, and a little more concentration. But as you see, I kind of bring these up a little differently. When I come up, it's almost like, kind of like a front raise. So I'm trying to hit like the front, the side, the rear, everything. But make sure when you come up, you don't come up too far, okay? Don't try to take the traps out of the movement. And yes, I do feel a little bit in my traps. But ideally you want to do what's focusing on the side delts. They're great for you guys that are trying to put those caps on the shoulders, especially the competitive guys, and really just trying to get the shape out of them. So same thing, 10 to 12 repetitions. We're going to do 3 sets here. movement, we're going to do a front bar raise on an incline bench, which once again keeps the body in more of a fixed position. But with this exercise, you want to come up to about eye level, really keep the tension on the delts, and you know, really try to work the front area. I mean, on an incline bench, it's just a little more focus on the contraction. So as we're going to work through 10-12 repetitions and just really try to get the most squeeze out of it. Come on now, push. Good. Don't throw it. Arms are going to stay fairly straight. Okay, a little bend at the elbows, but fairly straight, so you're really using the shoulders and not using the traps. Yeah, I've been training at this gym since 2002. Since I moved here, this is the EOS. It used to be Gold's Gym in Summerlin. And, you know, reminiscing on the years I did train for the Olympias, you know, this was kind of like my home gym. And it's up away from the strip, about 20 minutes away. So I was able to focus a little more. I would come in here mornings, nights, sometimes twice a day, 3-4 times a day. You guys seen all my videos. I had at least one segment in each video between J to Z, New and Improved and Beyond, Rip to Shreds. I had this gym featured in there. You know, it brings back a lot of memories to be able to train here. And you know, a lot of the same members are still present, even though the name has changed. A lot of new faces. They've kind of changed the membership rates and all that, but it's still cool to be able to come back and train, and of course have my picture on the wall as part of the icon. Okay guys, fifth movement is going to be the rear delt fly. Now with this, you'll notice that I'm not sitting in the seat. I'm kind of standing with a good bend at the knees. But more importantly, when I come up, I'm contracting. I'm kind of have a pause at the end, and I control all the way through. It's not just a quick motion, okay? Very good for the tension on the rear delts. Very important for you guys in the quarter turns, especially at the shows where the men's physique, bikini, bodybuilding, whatever it is, you have to have that rear delt development. So this is one of the 2 exercises we'll do for rear delts, which is always in my routine. 2 rear delt exercises, okay? Same thing, 10 to 12 repetitions. Remember, contraction, and get a little pause at the out part portion of this exercise, okay? 6 exercise, 3 sets each. It's going to be the rear cable fly. So with this, we're kind of crossing the cables, taking a good stance, giving a good base, kind of like a position where we can kind of lean back and squeeze the rear delts. It's a little tricky to do because you actually got to cross the cables in front. But this is one of my favorite exercises for the rear delts when I was training for all my Olympias, and really keeps a lot of tension. If you really get that good stretch and you lean back, really get that contraction on the rear delt. So you guys make sure you try it. Anyone that has a cable crossover station can do this with small handles and 10-12 repetitions. Alright, so 20 sets of shoulders just like that. You know, because then the main objective here was to get the pump, get some tension on the shoulders. Now the routine may shift. I mean, I may vary the movements, or depending on what gym I'm training at. As you guys see, a lot of these YouTube videos are filmed in different places, so we're limited on what type of equipment and the brand of equipment we use. So if I'm not just focused on dumbbell movements and more cables and machines, the machines obviously differ. That's what's kind of nice about training in Las Vegas between all the different clubs. We can kind of change it up. But for you guys at home or without gym access that has all these different machines, remember, stick to those free weights, barbells, dumbbells, bent over laterals, side laterals, dumbbell presses. I mean, all these things can be done at home just to stimulate the shoulder. Just focus on the main things, the front delt, side, and the rear, and then a combination of all three heads, because obviously you can't just solely take all the rest out and focus on one of those heads of the shoulder, the deltoid. So make sure you just stay with a steady routine. Switch it up week to week if it gets stale, but for me, I like to always kind of stay with the same type of movements, just different variations, and I may switch up the order sometimes, but keep it simplified. That's the thing, is don't make it too crazy. Keep logging on for more videos, more tips. You guys follow me along here on the YouTube channel, Cutler TV, or follow my Instagram daily, Snapchats, which we're putting the videos out every day. But make sure you hit subscribe, tell your friends about it, and make sure you guys comment below. Thanks, guys.